It's time to start Dishin Days with your hosts, Tony Moore, Michael Mattis, Justin Hareld, and Araceli Avalos. And now, let's dish. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Dishin Days, where we're serving up a full dish of this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. And if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on social media. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook, Dishin Days on Instagram, and Twitter. And also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are watching us live, just do us a solid. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, so that way you will always know when we're going live and in living color. Also, make sure you take us along on that long car ride, that treadmill walk in the gym, or just because you don't want to see our faces, you rather just hear us. Head on over to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Type in Dishin Days and follow us there. And don't forget, buy merch. That's right. We got merch, y'all. We got t-shirts. We got towels. We got all kinds of things with all of these lovely logos on it. Just head on over to dishindays.threadless.com and get yours, not tomorrow, but today. And also make sure you show some love to our former co-host and my chocolate twin, James Lott Jr., who is doing all the soapy drama things that you love over at JLJ Media. If you want your full soap opera fix and get a little bit of Young and Restless or a little Bold and Beautiful, or just need to pay a visit to a general hospital, or take a listen to some original audio dramas, head on over to JLJ Media. Tell them, hey, Dishin Days sent us, and we're here to support you. That's JLJ Media on YouTube. Well, hi, everybody. I feel like I'm still exhausted from Friday.
Yes, right.
Friday was exciting, but it was also a lot.
Yes.
What did you guys think of this week's episodes of Days?
Thursday and Friday.
Damn, Joey.
Thursday and Friday were pretty good, but I gotta say the first part of the week I was like struggling to keep up. But Thursday and Friday I was pretty into. I felt there were several long conversations that probably could have been truncated a little bit to not spread out.
Could have been who?
Multiple episodes. Huh?
Could have been what?
Truncated, shortened. I'm in Araceli's absence. I'm using the big words.
I see. Guess we aren't the only ones that has a Webster's dictionary on their shelf.
Anyway, that's what I thought of this week's Days.
It was okay. It wasn't horrible or great, but I thought it was okay. I do think we got a lot of long conversations. Some of them were nice, and then it was like, okay, like we could shorten these a little bit.
And you don't need to be so loud if you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Just so loud all the time. Did not have a volume button all week.
Michael.
I was like, my neighbors down the street are hearing this right now. And anyway.
And they thought it was you.
I don't sound that gay.
No, some good stuff this week too.
Yeah.
I mean, to sum it up, I think it's an info week for sure. Just, some things being set up, so that we can move forward. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, that was this week. And that's how I
Thank you for joining, everybody. We'll see you next week. Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Now, before we dish Days, two things. Number one, Araceli is out. Any holiday, she will be out because Araceli is all about one word that starts with an F, and that's family. So in celebration of Father's Day, she is out celebrating all of her daddies. And I'm just kidding.
Okay, that sounded.
I'm just kidding. You guys know Araceli isn't like that. She's out with family celebrating Father's Day. And on that note, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers who may watch our little show. Also to all the fathers in the cast of Days of Our Lives. And just for me, I would like to give a special happy Heavenly Father's Day to my father, who is probably looking down on me thinking, what are you doing now? Y'all don't want to say happy Father's Day to y'all daddies?
Well, I guess we will now since you guilt us into it.
Y'all was just going to sit there quiet. Justin, I know there's a daddy or two that you want to wish a happy Father's Day.
There is, but I won't. I will say happy Father's Day to my actual father.
Who they didn't make the payment this month? Then don't wish him. Don't wish him a Father's Day.
Direct deposit didn't hit.
If that Venmo, PayPal, Zelle ain't clocked in yet, honey, don't get nothing from you.
Oh, Tony, you know how right you are.
Michael.
Happy Father's Day to my dad, Patrick, who must be cooking dinner because I tried to call him a half hour ago and he did not answer.
Mine either. Yeah, happy Father's Day, Dad. Ignoring my phone calls, but whatever.
Y'all's daddy said they too big. Did Bimby wish you a happy Father's Day today, Michael?
Yes, he did.
What he did?
He came up and licked my face at 4:00 this morning and was like, "Happy Father's Day. It's time to take me out to pee."
Well, listen. No. He's a dedicated child of yours.
I'm not the only one in the household that has to pee all the time.
Who does he get it from?
Yeah, get it from his dad.
His daddy. All right, y'all. Is that time? It is not. One day it's here. It is now time to start. Dishin Days. Let's just let it go, honey. All right. Maybe that should be a sound. We should record it. It's now time to start. Press play. Dishin Days, and then we just move on. Move on. All right. Let's get into our first storyline, which is that darn Madeline Megan.
She was doing the most this week. I was just like,
tell us how you really feel, Michael.
It was just a lot. And she's like, there's no 5 with Megan. It's just 10 constantly.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, where do we start first? Because she did a lot of shit this week.
Yeah, she had a lot going on this week.
Well, let's start.
I already know where you're going. I'm picturing it.
Let's start with EJ, shall we? Now listen.
The comic relief of the week.
Y'all, at what point? Listen, I understand that everyone thinks they're big and bad in Salem, right? But there are rules that they must start following. If you discover or figure out someone's plan and you know they crazy, you do not let them know that you know or that you're going to tell anybody.
But because that's also it's EJ. EJ has that ego where he thinks he has something on Megan now, so he can handle it himself. That's EJ's character. Normally, I think there are other characters that I feel like Kristen would have probably, gathered the info, and then if she hadn't known what was going on or whatever. But it was EJ, and he thinks he can take care of everything. That's why he felt like he could just confront her then. But
he took care of something, all right. He took care of the DiMera floor.
That's what he took care of. Did you? Oh, he looked like a Family Guy character. You know how Family Guy characters when they fall and they're like this.
Yeah,
he looked like that. He was literally like, I was like, oh, that was just a Family Guy.
That was a weird placement. Yeah,
yeah. That whole sequence was a little.
I'm
you
gonna
know,
tell you
but
this: the only reason why I truly believe that she knocked him out was because she got a running start doing it. So the fact that she grabbed the vase, did a bop, is the only reason why I was like, "All right, girl, you put some force behind it." And your little self, no offense to Miranda Wilson, because she is an amazing person and we love her,
mhm.
but when I knew, I said, "Here we go."
Yeah.
In 3, 2, he turned his back. She picked up that vase that was about half her size. So kudos to her for doing that. She had that "Roar," like run in charge, and she said, "Pow!"
The funny part was the editing, where it seemed like you could tell Dan was standing still, and then she
Yeah.
like hit him, and then he like jerked, and then went down.
Like at least give a okay, Dan, just stay that put and just do like a 3, 2, like
Yeah,
just like a
exactly. Yeah,
you know.
and then they kept replaying it. So it's like,
But it was also the instant regret of, damn, now I gotta lull
yep,
his big ass into this
exactly.
to this thing, and I gotta clean up this vase.
Yeah, yeah, right.
What did she say to Lee? What did she say to Lee about the Ming? What did she say? Like, oh, he met something. I meant to remember the line when she was telling Lee that EJ confronted her and she bashed him over the head.
Like an
I remember the line.
unfortunate. So yeah, it was whatever. Yeah.
I don't know.
I was
But
clearly
also,
paying attention.
I had another thought.
What's that?
When anyone goes missing, if you live in the DiMera house, the second I'm
first
like,
place you should look.
I ain't heard from somebody in a while. Do 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 do
Right. Right.
do 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 do. There you are. You know, like I almost what I almost would have loved is Nicole being like, "Where is he?" And then just being like, do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 do.
Oh my god.
What are you doing in here? And who tied you up? Come on, untied him, and then they go to the hospital.
Or the fact that they're putting them in the same room they keep the wine in, which is obviously going to be like, with Anna around, she's down, Anna's down to every 2 or 3 days
For her mahjong games.
Or another thing I vision is Megan door open, Anna. What on earth are y'all doing down here? Just some, and then I also thought, why haven't they installed like a button that only the DiMera family knows, so that way if they ended up down there, they could like I'm down here.
Yeah. Oh, too funny.
And then just when you think EJ was going to be saved, Kristen goes
couldn't
down
untie
there.
the knots.
Yeah.
But it's like when you walk in, okay. If I saw one of y'all tied up in a room, I wouldn't think, Michael Mattis, what happened?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Tell me more. I would be like, Michael.
Yeah.
You'd untie me first, then get the story.
Yeah, and then like, okay, let's go. And then it's like, once we're like in the courtyard,
Save, yeah.
What the hell happened to you? How did you end up down there? You have to add because we came up through the tunnel and we were running it, so a little tired. But it's like they had a whole conversation before she went back there and tried to like do it, and then she's like, "Ooh, these knots are too tight." And I'm also thinking like, now how is it that every diabolical person is good at tying knots?
Like Boy Scout knots, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like is there a DiMera family class where they go, all right. Today's lesson: how to kidnap your worst enemy. Lesson 1: knots.
I mean, yeah, it's Megan.
You did have to, and you do have to kind of put that aside, like in reality, would Megan have been able to get EJ down there, tie him up, then hold a gun to Kristen, tie her up, all of that by herself?
Now, the only pass that she gets with Kristen was that she was holding a gun.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I
But
give
was
her
she
that.
holding a gun? Someone made a comment in the
she's
chat
fine.
about holding
Yeah.
a gun and tying her. Like,
Doing
I don't
the
know
knots.
how,
Yeah.
unless she like, was like, all
But I
right,
just,
like with the gun. I don't know.
I just feel like at some point though, like she would have made a mistake, and then EJ with his 6'2" legs could have went "Hapuya!" Yeah, pew, pew, and then Kristen, "Row!" And then
Yeah.
If two people could have gotten out of that situation, it should have
I
been
know,
EJ
right?
and Kristen. But it did make for like some schmaltzy bonding moments between EJ and Kristen.
Yes.
So I kind of appreciated.
Yeah.
I appreciated that part of it.
Yes. Can we talk about just the overall plan?
Mm-hmm.
The plan. That's I
Listen, I'm going to say this. Megan DiMera went to the school of Sammy Brady on plans, because I'm like, now wait a minute. You got a good fortune coming to you. Your son got a fortune. You got a part of the why would you need to kill anybody to have even more money? Like
Yeah.
I think with so her killing Stefan, was that more about just power in the family?
power and
Or
money.
is it also about money?
I think both. Just get less people in the show, not in the show, but less people, I guess, to
Less
deal
people
with.
in the family to share. Well, wait, I kind of figured that, okay, the marrying Dimitri off and getting the fortune was the money part of it, and then getting rid of Stefan means more power for her. But I didn't think it was with Stefan. I didn't think it was just about money. I thought it was more about the power. But I'm still like, her plan to take over the world and to assemble an army. I'm like, is she going to invade something? Like what? An army for what? Did I miss? Maybe I missed something. But the plan is not. I don't feel like I have an idea of what the fully fleshed out plan is with her.
Yeah. I don't
and maybe
think
she doesn't either. You know what? Maybe she doesn't either. Maybe she's just crazy.
Yeah.
And just thinking, what's the, being very reactionary.
Yeah. She's still keeping it close to the chest. Even when Kristen asked her, she's sort of clammed up and didn't really say anything. So I think she's just trying to set things up. And I guess getting rid of Stefan, it helps with that, I guess, with trying to have some sort of hold over DiMera or the family if Stefan isn't there, which I thought was a weird sort of, I feel like EJ's the one you want to get rid of, and then I feel like you could probably manipulate Stefan or get him under your control, but the other way around just seemed weird.
Stefan gave you a whole they call him dossier, PowerPoint presentation, and that's he's the one that you want to get rid of. I don't know. I'm just just a fan with open arms. If you like it, I love it.
Mm-mm.
And then for her to bring Lee in, if I was Lee, I'd be like, okay, listen, I understand that I have nothing to lose. However, I'm good.
Right.
I'm okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of annoyed that they had him go along with it. I kind of got annoyed by that.
This ain't gonna get you Gabby, honey.
It's all about Gabby again, and I know, like, we were rooting for you.
I know, we were all rooting for you.
Like,
how
listen,
dare you go back?
I want Lee Shin on. I just don't feel like he needs to be a part of this diabolical plan. Yeah. I think he should at some point play like some sort of intricate part in it, but not this vendetta up. Like I want him to be over. And then when he was explaining everything to his sister Wendy, I was like, Wendy ain't buying none of this. Wendy is
Yeah.
letting you talk and dig yourself into a grave, and in 2.5 seconds, she's about to go use her. Doot, 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 doot. She gonna say, "Oh, well, which matchmaker did you use? Because we pulled up your history and we don't see no matchmaker. So what you
Yeah.
really doing?"
I like Lee and Megan together. My hope was that she was going to she had talked before about her and Kristen having power over the guys and like them sort of taking control. And then when she went to go see Lee, I was like, oh, this could be interesting, but I don't like the Steph and Gabby part of it. It's like take that part out and I'd be into it. Because it makes sense if she wanted to recruit people, if she thinks I want to run DiMera or I want to have some power, like let's get Lee here. Lee doesn't like Stefan, of course. And he's not too fond of EJ, really. So it's like he would probably be the perfect person for you to get on your side if you're trying to pull shares and everything. So yeah, I just don't like this making it about Gabby. Like I said, it's 2 steps forward or 1 step forward, 2 steps back with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds
I
like
like it when did anyone see you here? She's like, no, I waited till all of your roommates scurried off.
the shade. Well, that's making DiMera for you. Oh wait, as if that wasn't enough, Megan.
No, we still have one more little chapter to go through.
We'll talk about this and then I'll say that. Hopefully I remember. So then now while Megan is trying to get rid of everybody, there's somebody trying to get rid of Megan. Now I do like the fact that Harris was like, I'm not gonna kill her. And Kate looked back at him like,
that's what I'm paying you for. That's the plan. That's what I want.
Was like, bitch, come on.
What you mean? Like, Kate, listen. Ever since Kate was up in heaven, Kate has not she is like, I am tired of these shenanigans. Like, I just pass me the peach cobbler up here. I will just sit up here and mind my business and just, you know what? Oh, the devil wants you, Marlena. Bye, girl. Like, we'll see you. Like, you'll be okay. Like, Kate has not had it, but I will say I do like the fact that he was like, there is more than one way to get rid of someone, and I was like, okay. I'm like, but girl, she can always find her way back. But all right, at least.
And then how Kate was like, well, she's like, I just had another idea. As long as you're taking her,
right?
Kid too. I was like,
do you want to throw in Dimitri there for that ride?
Well, but listen, that was smart though. It's like, I don't need nobody going out looking for Megan and bringing her back. If you ain't gonna kill her, go ahead and get a child, pack his diaper bag, and ship them over to wherever it is you need to be shipped to. We are done. Oh Lordy. I mean, listen. Megan has arrived to do what she need to do. But she is doing a lot, but it's also kind of like, I want you to, can we at least let's have something that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why everybody wants to be in control of DiMera Enterprises. Like, I feel like I would be like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
just live here in the house. You can,
I'm just
live here in the house, play mahjong with Anna.
Right, exactly.
Right. Which but is it Hareld that's at the DiMera mansion?
Yeah.
Hareld.
Henderson is Kyriakis.
Yes.
Hareld
Yes.
is DiMera.
Yeah. Hareld. Oh my God. Side note. You know what else I thought about? And this is just me, and probably because I was hungry. I'm always like, and if anyone from Days is watching, please DM us. I would like to know where they get the food from. And I also want to know what they do with the food because no one eats it. So there was a whole breakfast, like there was croissants and there were fruit and Dimitri came in, and he picked up the whole bowl of fruit, and I was like, "You're not gonna get no fork, but it's fine." He got himself a grate. But I was looking at it, and I was like, "This is a nice spread. Where did they get this from? And what do they do with it once the scene is over?" I'm concerned about it because let me tell you this: the one time I was on Days with Food, I might have told this story before. This is back when they had Java Cafe, and they had an apple pie. And when I tell you I tore that apple pie up, I tried to keep it for continuity because I knew they was going to have to go back. But I was just... Oh, don't eat too much. And actually, I was eating. So I would like to know, pastries look good and sweet bits didn't even open. I'm right. Sloan salad looked good at the... See, everybody else is paying attention to the food too. So we need to know, you know what? Oh, I really wish we could do this. I was like, what if there was like a Days of Our Lives tour? And when people came to LA, it was Dishin Days presents the Days of Our Lives tour. And we would find places where they filmed and then ended with like where they get food from. If you here for the tour, go put it down in the comments. Put it down in the comments if you here for the tour, honey. Can you imagine getting on the bus and be like, hello, and then like making sure you drive by like Burbank Studios, and then sometimes like you can tell them like what time the bus is coming by, and maybe some people are like, "Hey, everybody, it's us." No,
Michael Mass is like, no.
Michael.
I got nothing. I'm just waiting until we get back to what we're, supposed to be talking about.
Don't. First of all,
not you, Michael Mass.
Anyway, what would you like to talk about now, Michael Mattis?
Just let's finish talking about the show.
Okay.
You can come up with your side hustles later.
This is what I have to deal with.
I can just imagine Tony like bringing a school bus, being like, "Come on in, y'all."
Exactly. And then as soon as everyone is seated, hit play. Hello, everybody. Meet me. Okay, where are we? And, I know what I wanted to mention before we, because I don't think it's mentioned anywhere else. Okay, so Shawn's drinking. First of all, I was like, if Michael Mattis lived in Salem, at least he would have a drinking buddy because he likes Prosecco too.
Was he drinking Prosecco?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh.
At least I think so. Or did I imagine that? Because I felt like when he was sitting there opening the bottle and Belle was like, it's not even like, breakfast isn't even over. And it's like, yeah, but my first bottle of Prosecco is already gone. And now I'm on this one. And I was like, Prosecco, Michael Mattis, drinking buddies.
Not at 9 a.m., not in the morning.
Michael Mattis, you've never had a little sip at 9 a.m.?
Never. Brunch, maybe, but that's more like
brunch an hour later
on a weekend.
He says brunch. That means it's not 9 a.m., but it's at least 11.
11 or noon, yeah.
Still in the morning.
Yeah, okay.
What do y'all think of like where they're heading with this? Because it seems like Shawn is having a drinking problem. This is going to obviously cause an issue with Belle and Shawn. Side note, Brandon looks great in blue.
And Martha did too. They kind of matched.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they were matching.
It's kind of like this whole drinking thing feels a little bit forced. Like it's understandable.
Yeah.
That he'd be feeling some kind of way, but to go full on with it, like so soon, like there may be like a slower build up to it, maybe because it's like he got back and bam, he was like drunk when he got back. He's been drunk since he got back. I did enjoy the confrontation that happened at the DiMera mansion because of it. Like I thought that was probably the most compelling stuff of the week. But yeah, I'm open to see where it goes.
Yeah, I don't know about the alcohol part. I part of me wishes it was just like him being angry and like channeling that anger to like not turning into a villain or being bad, but just maybe kind of going against the law a little bit. I feel like that would be a little more interesting, but just him sort of getting drunk every day is like
am I forgetting Shawn doesn't have like a history of a drinking problem that we know of, right? That's Brady.
Brady and Eric.
And Eric.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's a history there of it. This is kind of a new thing.
Yeah. Totally.
Maybe you guys are thinking like, oh, there could have been like a different coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Because we're not taking away the fact that he should feel some kind of way about shooting his whose dead dad came back alive and now he's struggling for his life, again, because of you moment. But like, why turn to alcohol? Like, instead of alcohol and drugs, could he have just went into more of a depressive state where like the bouts of depression can cause like, and I mean, I haven't gone to medical school or studied this, but it makes him feel like obviously very down at times, but then there are other times where he's just like lashing out, you know what I mean? And he's just like, a crazy person.
If it was more if the storyline was more like behavior focused rather than just making him a drunk.
Yeah. I wouldn't even mind if he like either went to Harris or interesting if he went to Kate and like maybe it was his idea to kill
like he wanted in on it or
like
to help out in some way to get it. They were conspiring, the three of them, to get rid of it.
Yeah, that would be interesting, I think. Yeah.
That would make more sense. But although, would he want to kill?
I feel like
Megan did bring
Megan.
But she did bring back the daddy.
Or at least, maybe he'd be on board with Harris's idea of just getting rid of her.
Like getting rid of her. Maybe not killing her, but just, know.
And that could have created a bond between him and Harris, and then that would allow for Hope and Harris to kind of be together for a little bit longer.
Tony's still pushing that shit. I'm not mad at it. I'm just,
I mean, we all know Hope and Bo are the end game, but can Hope have a little bit more fun with Harris before,
While Bo's in a coma now.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, just like Megan DiMera's plan, that was a long discussion. And now let's move on to our next storyline, which is, a baby is a great idea. Yeah.
I'm like, okay. No, it's not.
Yeah.
And the fact that Kate was like all for it, I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Well, they haven't had a solid relationship.
No.
Like to now bring a baby into. Now listen, I mean, she could have said, "Nah, I don't know where you stand. I know where you stand with babies, and I don't mind trying." Or practice trying.
Yeah.
But let's not have one just yet. But let's just put into practice so that way when we're ready, we know what to do.
Just put it out there.
She probably, you know what, Annette Thompson, you're right. She probably does feel guilty about that DNA test. I don't know why everybody be trying to keep a man. And
or she's trying to
like stuff.
Get her own baby going so that at least she has a hold on Eric. Like even if it's revealed later, like she at least has a baby by Eric too or something.
Honestly, let me tell you, the thing that worries me so much is that Days is going to do what I don't want them to do.
Yeah.
And they're going to make that baby Eric's.
Oh, I
thought you were gonna go. I thought we were gonna do another baby switch.
Baby switch, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh no, I just keep
pregnant twins.
I just keep.
That's what I was like. I was like, oh, here we go.
I mean, maybe, but I just keep looking at this, and I just always shake my head, and I'm just like, they're really gonna push Eric and Nicole on us, and I really don't like. I'd rather her just stay with EJ.
There's still hope. I mean, we could hope. We still don't know who the father is
Yeah,
yet.
I know.
There's still some hope. Yeah. I think we see the writing on the wall, but we're holding on to that little bit of sliver that says it still could be EJ's baby. Yeah. I also just think it's more interesting, even though I like her and EJ together more than I like her and Eric right now. I just think it's more interesting if it's EJ's baby because she still has feelings for Eric, so that doesn't necessarily make them a couple. So they could still be a couple, and she could have EJ's baby. To me, that's more interesting than her being pregnant with Eric's baby, and then she eventually gets with Eric. It's like, okay, well, we tried that
because then it's like if they make the end game Eric and Nicole, there's still an attachment to EJ,
exactly,
and so then there's always going to be a push and pull between Eric and EJ, and that's drama.
Yeah. So looks like they listened to stepmama Kate, and
I'm gonna put
someone pointed out that Kate butted in because she has no children to butt in, so she's moved on to stepchildren because she doesn't because Philip's away, Lucas is in jail, so she doesn't have any kids. Well, outside of Chad to like sort of mother that she's moved on to Eric, I guess.
Yeah.
I am going to post on our Dishin Days Instagram a poll. I know that we have asked this many a times, but I want to know again. Who are you for? EJ and Nicole or Eric and EJ? Who are you?
Eric and EJ.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, that one, Tony. That's
a twist.
Nicole,
Tony's for Eric and EJ.
Nicole and Eric, EJ and Nicole. And then I'm also going to post this asking who, we should probably do this more often where in the midst of the show we actually post these, because if I wait till afterwards I'm going to forget. Who is really Nicole's who do you want Nicole's baby daddy to be? EJ, Eric. Okay. So those two polls are now posted on our Instagram, Dishin Days. Go and vote now. I just want to see if anybody's voted already. No. Oh, yep. Wow, y'all are quick. So far, let's see. Who are you for? Oh, people are for.
A lot of EJs in the chat, mostly EJs.
Yep. Oh, it's 50-50 right now. And everybody wants it to be Eric's baby. So anyway, you can go vote now for the next 24 hours on our Instagram and let us know.
Can I ask, did any of you guys think
no
Megan was going to be the doctor? For some reason, I thought that's not Megan, but I thought for some reason they were setting it up that she's going to do something to the doctor. I don't know where. No. Yeah, I don't know. How popped in. I didn't think so, but watching it popped into my head. Is she gonna because she was texting with Nicole about the appointment and getting annoyed. I was like, oh, is she gonna interfere there or something? But
Megan got too much going on.
I know, right?
I know that's what she can't handle more.
She got one less problem without them. She got one less problem without them.
I thought we were gonna get a Megan Stan story or something.
No, we're good on that.
No.
Oh, I should put one more poll. I'm all about polls today. Should Eric and Sloan have a baby?
Don't waste your time.
Oh, the poll is in our Insta stories. So I'm gonna put that one too,
Mm-mm.
and then that'll be the last poll that I do. Anyway,
Mm.
what a baby mess.
Yeah.
And speaking, who said something about an air tag? You know
Everybody
what?
in Salem put
You
air
know what?
tags. Yeah.
They all need one. They
Yeah.
all need one. Well, and then speaking of babies, let's go to this one. Mo baby secrets. As if we didn't need more. There's more babies roaming around. What do y'all think? First of all, Bonnie cannot hold water.
Nope.
She wasn't in town, but for an hour before she was like, I have a secret and I can't tell you. Wait, you're a lawyer, right? Okay. You're my lawyer
No.
now, and now we're client Laura privilege. Sarah's pregnant with Xander's baby.
Bonnie.
I don't want that to be Xander's baby either.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm just like, you know what? At this point, I'm good with like everybody in their corners doing their own thing. Like I am A-okay. What do y'all think while I post this last poll?
I mean, Bonnie's, yeah, like you said, cannot keep a secret to save her life. And just got flustered around Xander. Like, I mean, like,
It
I
just
don't know. Bonnie
doesn't.
needs
None
to
of it
land.
really landed with me this week
Comic
with
book.
that. I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, this is happening. I don't really have any strong feelings
Mm-hmm. I think it was too
for it or against it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with it though.
You're just a fan with open arms?
I'm trying.
I just feel like I just feel like no. That's just how I feel. No. I don't I don't want it to be Xander's. I don't want
That I don't mind. I mean,
Xander and Sarah?
whether they are a couple or not, I mean, it's still like up in the air, but I don't mind him like having a baby. At least this one like makes sense. You know, she got pregnant while they were married and they were happy for a little while. And yeah, they've raised a child before, a little for a couple years, and that was great. And I don't know. I think it's nice for Xander. Whether or not that leads to him being back with Sarah, we'll see. But I don't mind the baby being his.
Yeah, I don't really mind it either.
So then would you rather Xander and Sarah back together or Xander and Chloe? Hi, Bimby.
Say hi. He's like, I have something to say.
Probably thinking no more babies.
No more
I
babies.
still like Xander and Chloe. I'm still on that ride, wherever it goes. It seems like it's heating up a little bit, and I feel like we've crossed the line where we thought it was just going to be friends or something romantic, and it's crossed that line.
It's going into romantic already. Yeah, that's where they're going with it. And as soon as they get hot and heavy, who's going to come back to town?
Sarah.
Sarah.
She's going to be like, lady, step aside. The new girl in town has my guy on the string. The new girl in town. Oh, look, she's wearing. Oh, look, she's carrying his thing.
Well, we still have Sarah not wanting Xander and still being mad at him. So at least there's that.
But
True.
I mean,
it's not like she's conspiring to like steal him or anything.
But Sarah always reminds me of Eric. Like they both like maybe Sarah and Eric should get together because they both like hear a situation and then they go, "How dare you!"
And then outrage.
And then they come back, and it's like, don't overreact. Like everyone was saying, listen, everyone else forgave Xander. Everyone then Chloe wouldn't even be in the picture right now. But like Bonnie is like, no, Xander, do not go down the Chloe road. That's all I can say. But don't you do it. But that's all I can say. Don't make me tell you. That's all I can say. It's hot in here. because I'm keeping a secret. My baby's got a secret.
It's both
know.
the daddy's hands.
Right hand and left hand. He's both the daddy's hands.
Yeah. Why would your father want to watch you turn over stolen goods?
Anywho's it's well, I guess this is just another thing that we'll see play out.
Yep. And then Maggie offered Xander Alex's job. That's the other part of this.
How do we feel about that?
I mean, I think we called that 3 months ago when it was heating up before we all forgot about it, and then she circled back. I kind of like it. I like him at Titan. I think before they decided to not have him be CEO, we had that run where he was with Sarah. They were raising Mackenzie, and he was running Titan, and he sort of had his life was on track. I like him with Maggie. I also don't want. I think it'd be good for whatever happens with Chloe not to have them live together and work together and be kind of constantly in each other's face. So I don't know. I think he should have taken it, or maybe he'll circle back around and take it. Yeah.
Do you think Titan, like he should go over to Titan, but then have Titan buy the Spectator so that way he can run the Spectator while also being a Titan? Business. Ooh, but then he couldn't fornicate with other employees.
Yeah.
Unless there's no policy over there.
Well, yeah, he could make whatever policy he wanted.
Yeah.
That's just an idea, Days.
Yeah.
And then Terrence can come in and I don't know. I love Maggie. But I just feel like the CEO should have been Alex.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And Maggie she
was just arbitrarily not open to it.
Yeah, and just be at home, chilling with Victor, making sure the figurines aren't messed up, and that Henderson brings out the lemon bars whenever you guys want them.
Maggie's figurines.
Anywho. All right. Well, we are zipping through our show today because we were so thrilled about this week. But we want to remind you guys of a couple of things. Number 1, follow us on social media. Bam. Number 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Number 3, find us on podcast stations. Number 4, buy our merch. And number 5, James Law Jr. over at JLJ Media.
There was one part of Megan that we didn't talk about, and that was Dimitri.
There was a part we didn't talk about?
There was a part we didn't. Yes. Dimitri
now a warning?
Now a warning? Yeah.
What part?
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it?
No, I thought we were waiting on you to say.
Yeah, well, you set it up, and then we're like, what part?
Oh, what part? I was just saying we didn't talk about it.
Dimitri
and Leo and Gwen, and Leo being loud all week and annoying. My opinion. Like, do we still think, like, Justin, you and I thought that, like, there was something with Dimitri that they're gonna go for, like, the Dimitri Leo thing?
I still think he's gay, and that's what this is about. And yeah,
well, I don't know, because on Friday he was ready to hit the sheets.
But that was also, they also made a point to show that he is playing her. So we don't know if we know that the stuff for the interview was literally Gwen's backstory, which I thought that was nice to weave in to sort of get her on his side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could be bi, I guess. I just think he's gay, and that's what his resistance to marrying a woman has been up until this point. And so I don't know how his feelings for Gwen could be real, but he could also still.
I don't think his feelings for Gwen are real. I think Gwen's feelings are real, but I don't think his feelings are real.
Yeah.
He just wants to get a wife for the money.
Exactly, yeah.
And he played her good because now she's got the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling, ooh, that
It's interesting though
Dimitri
too, because
ain't getting none tonight.
it says he has to be married. I mean, I guess it doesn't specify he has to have a wife. I mean, he still could easily marry a man and get the fortune, I guess. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I still think he's gay. I think that's what we're leading up to.
Gwen von Luschener has a ring to it.
Mhm.
That's what Randall says. NDD in our chat. Tony, is that you on Instagram asking if we accept that Eric and Salone should have a baby together? No, that's not me. That's not me. I didn't say earlier that I was putting up 3 polls on our Dishin Days Instagram. Not me. Not me at all. I don't know who did it. Michael, did you do it?
No.
Justin, did you do it? Not me. Not it.
You know who it was?
Bippy. I don't know. I'm still on Megan's plan, so I can't really think about anybody else's plan.
Megan's plan. The plan we don't know about.
The plan that we don't know exactly what the fuck it is.
But you know what?
At least we know what this plan is.
Yeah, this one
Marry
we can
Gwen,
follow.
get some money.
But here's the thing.
Nice and simple.
I feel just as dumb as Gwen, because when they were sitting there talking, I was like, oh my gosh, they have so much in common together. I was like, oh, he's really going to fall in love. And then when Dimitri was talking to Kristen over the nice breakfast that no one ate, she was like, oh, like you didn't cater your story based on the dossier that your mother gave you. And I was like, that darn Megan.
I love that, Tony. You were falling for it. You were totally into it. You're like, oh, they do belong together.
I forgot that Megan had researched her. John Del Rey, how dare you say, Tony, that's a lot of sass for someone that's dressed like both Joey and Blossom.
Oh God.
I beg all of your pardon, sir. And I'm gonna let you have that one because everyone gets one. But I'm coming for you, John Del Rey. Oh,
wow!
This is gonna turn into a New Jersey reunion. Your time's coming. I got your number, hussy. Am I giving Blossom and Joey realness though?
Now that he said it,
it's the hat. Yeah.
Anywho, all right. But I do appreciate Leo kind of being suspicious of Dimitri, being like, "Girl."
I kind of did too.
I appreciate the suspicious and the protectiveness for Gwen. It was just a lot, like the yelling and the loudness and all of the words, all of the like. First of all, I'm like, how does Greg memorize all this? Because the way they write his dialogue, it is just like so much. Like I'm like, you could say what you're saying right now in like half the words.
It's Leo. He is taking center stage. The spotlight is on him.
Well, he can give a little bit of it up. It's getting annoying.
Wow, Michael
Madden. IMO, in my opinion.
You're O?
In my O. IMO, in my opinion.
Oh. I didn't hear the other letters. All I heard was O.
Oh, IMO.
I was like, OVA?
OVA.
There was a moment he was sitting on the bed with Gwen and he was saying something and I was like, oh wow, like that was a lot, but his delivery of it I thought was good because it was very much like a no, I don't think you should be with Dimitri, but should you be with Dimitri? Like I don't know, like maybe that could be a good thing, but to be honest, girl, I really think that there's something else bubbling under the surface. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then it's followed by do 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 do. I don't know. All right. Well, let's move on over into our tidbits. And It was really only a year ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Surprising, yeah.
Seems like a long time ago.
I know, yeah.
Mhm. It was just a year ago. Um, I like the moment of revisiting.
Mhm.
You know what? And I have to say, I like Alex looking at her and just being like, "You're just kind of a
Yeah.
Abigail stand-in."
Right. He was like,
Because I mean,
he
that's
doesn't tell you about what you can't see.
But I feel like we've all thought that. Like
Yeah.
ever since they got together, it's
Yeah.
like, are you even ready? Like it's now just been a year, like a few months. Now you're in this full-on relationship.
You're
Like,
already in a full relationship.
yeah, it's like worry about your children first. Like,
Mhm.
you know, he mentioned like they've been acting up, and I want to be like, I wonder why. Greece relationship. I wonder why your kids are acting up.
Because you ain't there.
Yeah.
They ain't wishing you no happy Father's Day today. They like, baby, where you been? Did you bring back the milk? But then after talking to Julie,
Mhm.
and Julie just kind of being like, grief has no time. I was like, oh, here we go. The words of Julie. And then that just made him more comfortable to move
Yeah.
on.
Mhm.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I have the file right here.
I know. Hand in your face.
It's like we get it. He's not wearing his
Yeah.
ring anymore. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Noted.
Yeah.
Noted.
I do like though Stephanie and Alex like still like remaining friends and like him stopping
Mhm.
by. I feel like she's really officially like melting towards him. Not
Mhm.
like I want to get back together, but at least she's like the anger she had for him. is,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
See, time passed, and that's what we were saying about the phone thing. Time
Yeah.
just sometimes just needed to pass,
Yeah.
and she would get over it, and she has.
Mhm. Yeah.
I personally think they're going to bang again eventually, but we'll see.
I just think they're the more interesting couple.
I do.
Yeah.
I think so too.
And I
Which
don't think
happened-
they've really like the shows like they've been kind of not on a break with that storyline, but like that like their whole relationship aspect of it hasn't really been the focus. Like the focus when they were in Greece wasn't really on them; it was on them saving and doing whatever they were. And now that they're back, it can kind of go back to that. So we've kind of had a break from the whole like focus of the relationship aspect, and so now we're probably going to get back into that again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're just they're just like comfortable. Like it's like not compelling to watch yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a compelling relationship yet.
Alex, Stephanie and Chad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
No,
even
only because it feels like Abigail 2.0.
yeah. Well, even this episode, it was like resolved by the end of the episode. It wasn't like there wasn't, and then when Stephanie was talking to him and Chad was being sort of cold to her about where he was going and what he was doing, then like she remembered it was the anniversary, so she was fine with that. And then he comes over at the end, she sees he doesn't have the wedding ring, and it's like problem solved in 35 minutes. It was that problem isn't even being carried over to something else. It was like
Yeah.
Mm.
but,
We'll just have to see.
Well, I'm team Alex and Stephanie.
yeah.
Should I put that as a poll?
But are you going to do it, or is someone else going to do it? Who's going to do it?
Who's gonna do it? Not me. Not me. Not Bimby.
Not me?
Bimby's going to do
Oh,
it. Bimby is our social media manager.
Yes. His paws on the phone.
Right. And last but not least, the continued saga of body and soul. I love that body and soul is basically saying, "Hey, Abe, this is what you're going through." And each time this week, like Abe this week was finally like something just
Something
ain't
don't smell right. It ain't
like
right.
you talking about cooking fish sticks, like baby, I don't think I'm a fish stick kind of a person. And she felt very excited about them fish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make those fish sticks now. Now, granted, for me, I was like, fish sticks do sound good. But that is Mayor Abraham Carver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He eats at the bistro. Alette McNaught. Okay. Beef
With a shabless.
stroganoff. Yes. All of that. Pinot Noir. That's what he's used to. Okay. Not this
Nice Cabernet.
Kool-Aid and fish sticks with
Merlot.
Heinz ketchup. Miss Whitley King.
I will say the one thing I really loved was like her weaving in the history of Abe.
Mm-hmm.
And like Tony always said, like, what are the other people in Salem who aren't on the show? Like, are they receiving everything? Are they taking in the shenanigans? And so for her to like recite those things back to him was like, okay, that was kind of good. I like that.
But again, I at some point need there to be some sort of explanation as to why she has decided to kidnap Abe.
Mm-hmm. There needs to be a friend that she's confiding in
or
that we
something,
see, so that the audience gets the picture of why she's doing this, or she just have a phone conversation with someone where she basically, a one-way conversation where she recites it or something. Yeah, because there's still a disconnect. Like, why are we caring about this person that we don't know, this new character? Like, give us a reason.
And see, what could have happened was Whitley King could have got a visit from her nephew who lives in San Francisco and works as a DJ, and could have came and said, "Auntie, who's this man?" And then ran into Paul and be like, "Paul, how's it going?" No, my aunt has like, a man. Do, 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 do. See how I wove that in? That would have been great. I'm just. It's interesting to watch Abe kind of feel like this isn't right, but then also there's also just still this wonder of like, girl, what are you doing? And then also when Paulina went over to Patch and John, I feel like I'm like everybody else, like y'all looking through photos and maps and all this kind of stuff. Like, where is the security footage?
I know,
of them they were standing at the elevator for quite some time, and not now nurse or doctor or patient, nobody saw them at, like, you just casually, like, you got on the okay, let's walk through this. Okay. She loaded Abe up into a wheelchair. She rolled him out of his room into the lobby of whatever floor they are on. There is nobody there. Not the check-in nurse, not a doctor headed to surgery, not Kayla going to her office, Marlena going from her off, like just nobody. Now, normally there's always a nurse or somebody back there. Y'all see them back there just filing papers and all that kind of stuff. But everything was filed. Nobody saw them waiting for the elevator for 5 minutes. Nobody saw them getting onto the elevator. Nobody saw them go down into the employee parking section. There wasn't a security guard there that's like, "Miss Whitley, good to see you. Oh, are you taking Abe Carver out for air?" Like, no one. So nobody saw none of this. Nobody was on the highway being like, "Mayor."
No.
Who that? Like, nobody.
No.
Yet Black Patch is at home. And I was looking at the pictures like, what are they looking at? What pictures are they looking at?
Right. Remember, this is the same hospital that Kristen could put her hair in a ponytail in a loot.
And just walk around. No one notices.
Completely
right there.
This is true. Well, it looks like it's going to be a very big storyline. So,
yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving Kim Coles in this.
Yeah.
It's a good fit for her.
I'm just looking forward to the episodes of Body and Soul that's going to give him the next clue
Right.
about himself.
Uh-huh.
I also wonder at some point they can't stick with the same scene. And
I
if
know.
we're going
Yeah.
to see other people
Yeah.
in Body and Soul as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's Rhett? Is it John or Steve? Like we need one of we need
Right.
to cast Rhett and the brother, right? It's the brother. That's the storyline. Rhett and the brother, I think. Yeah.
It's like Rhett and Thrust.
Yes, yeah, Thrust.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was also like, who names their child Thrust?
I know.
Those are bold and beautiful names.
Are
The
they?
character names on the Bold and the Beautiful are like Stone,
Oh yeah.
Storm, Ridge. You know, they name
Lord.
their male characters odd names.
Interesting.
But then the female names are like Brooke and Taylor, like normal female names.
run of the mill female names.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
I think they were mocking Bold and the Beautiful a little bit with that.
I kind of got a sense of Bold and the Beautiful shade there.
Or like in Soap Dish, the guy's name was Bolt.
Bolt.
Bolt. Do you remember
Fitting.
Soap Dish?
Yeah.
I never watched Soap Dish.
Really?
Oh, you should watch Soap Dish.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Especially since you're into soap operas. It's
I'm
great.
into one soap opera.
You're into a soap opera.
And
You'll
then-
still love it. You'll still
And
love
then
it.
reality TV. So I guess
It's a good mix of
Mhm.
maybe I'll watch it one day.
yeah.
It's cute.
Well, all right, y'all. Well, that was your week of days. And we're going to continue on with our show, and we're going to head into our segments. And we're starting with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
Now, there is no photo or video for my 3 Snaps Award because my 3 snaps goes to bonding. Yes, a bond between a brother and a sister, and a bond between 2 friends. Sometimes you just need people in your life to tell you like it is, to give you that sisterly advice or that friendly advice that something's wrong in the buttermilk, or hey, hang in there. She's going to tell you at some point she loves you. Just got to hang in there, brother, as we're tied up in our tunnel. So, my 3 Snaps Award goes to Leo and Kristen, Stacey Hyduke and Greg Rickard, for their bonding with their brother and friend to let them know that, hey, something's going on in life, but I'm there for you.
Mm-hmm.
They get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
What a loving 3 Snaps Award that was. All right. And now it's time for Caption That.
All right, this week's Caption That Photo comes courtesy of Megan and Lee, and this week's caption goes to Kelly Rick, I think is how this name is pronounced. Kelly Rick on Instagram with her caption, "Don't worry, we'll both get Dishin Days awards next year."
Oh, cute.
And you already know Miranda's gunning for one.
I was going to
already
say, is
messaged
Kelly
us.
Rick a pseudonym for
A pseudonym for Miranda?
Is that really Miranda?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that was a good one. I thought that was cute. So
Yeah.
and timely and appropriate.
Yeah.
Very much
So-
so. Oh, that was Caption That. And now it's time for
Those were the days.
Yes, I'm taking back to June 13th, 1985. God, 85, when we had the introduction of Patch onto the show and Stephen Nichols celebrating his anniversary this week. So big congrats to him. But yeah, when Patch came on the show, he was like a mercenary for Victor, and that's how he came on. He was basically like a henchman, and then that had a connection to Bo, and we later found out that Bo was the one who took out his eye, and yeah, and sort of the rest was history. But yeah, I don't know if I maybe should ask Stephen this one time. We don't know if he was brought on for like just to be the henchman, and then the connection with Bo, I guess, made it a little bit more cemented. But yeah, maybe we should ask him next time we have him on. Was the plan for him to always be a permanent character, just bring him on for that one storyline with Yeah, because he was working for Victor.
If he was meant to be temporary, but ended up
exactly
being on the show for 40 years.
Yeah, because the stuff with Kayla came later. This was all
Mm-hmm.
like stuff he was doing with Victor and Bo, and like stuff with Kim. Yeah, so like the Kayla stuff came later. So yeah, June 13th, 1985, where we got the introduction of Patch to the show.
Someone said in the chat, yes, his character wasn't supposed to stay. Steven has said that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We'll see what happens when you make an impact. You just end up having a job for a few
30-something years. Yeah, almost 40 years. Or 35 years. Yeah.
Could be Terrence. And that has been...
Those were the days.
And we do not have It's a Gift because Araceli is out. So we are now moving on to...
News and gossip.
Oh, we didn't even talk about this beforehand. Do you want me to help you out, Justin?
Yes.
Or you got...
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever. Sure. Go ahead.
I got you. Let's go. Oh, I'll go first.
You do the first one, yeah,
Lord,
and then since I know yeah.
All right. So everyone, this past Friday, as you know, we had our Dishin Days awards, and so if you missed it live and still haven't watched it, make sure you head over to our YouTube channel, Dishin Days, to find out who the winners were and who popped in to accept their award. Because let me tell you, we were
a full house, so to speak.
A full house. And if you haven't seen it already, I posted some highlights on our Instagram, which is Dishin Days on Instagram. So go and check that out. And thank you all so much who came in live. And a shout out to all of the Days of Our Live stars who came on and accepted their award. Thank you also to the fans who voted. And thank you to us here at Dishin Days, Michael Mattis, Justin Lee Hareld, Araceli Avalos, and me, Tony Moore, who put in a lot of time and effort into bringing you our version of the Daytime Emmys.
Yeah, I think it definitely was appreciated. I watched it right before or this morning and having a chance to read all the comments and see what people were excited about and yeah, really interested in. So yeah,
I told you guys I feel like I didn't get a chance to really be present. So then when I watched it back, I was like, wow, this actually looks really good. Everyone
really
did
good,
such a great job. So kudos. And hopefully once they get their awards, you guys will be able to see them. They're really cute. They're like a mug like this. You can't really, there you go. They're a mug like this. But in the front, it has Dishin Days Award, and then on the back, it has the name of their award and their name. It's really cute. It turned out really cute.
Really nice.
All right.
Yay. Yes, so go check that out. Next up, we have our Days Celeb events. Starting off, we have the Eric Martzar Springfield one. That one's in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. October 5th through 9th. All tickets and information, go to rickspringfieldgetaway.com. We have the Starstruck fan events, Oktoberfest one.
Michael's favorite.
Never not going to make me laugh.
Mike makes Michael laugh. That one, October 21 to 22nd. You can see those in attendance. Go to starstruckfanevents.com. They have the party in Vegas one. Stacey Hyduke, Dan Farragle. Oh God, Eric Martov, Brendan Beamer.
Justin is still stuck on the Bears.
No, yes,
is
go
he?
to Stacey and Dan's pages for information on the party in Vegas. Yes. No, I always get stuck on Brian's name because I always want to call him Lucas, and then I have to stop myself and go through and be like Brian.
No, Brian Datillo.
Yes, Brian Datillo. Yes.
Who shout out to him, just completed 100 days of working out.
Yes.
And lost about 20 pounds.
Yeah, he looks good.
Oh, nice.
Looks great.
Good for him.
Looks good. Next up, we have one from Samantha and Friends. This one is Invasion of the Minions, taking place Saturday and Sunday, September 9th and 10th. All tickets and information, go to SamanthaFriends.org. And we have a couple of new ones actually that just came up this past couple of weeks. We have the Christmas at the Biltmore Castle in Asheville, North Carolina. This one taking place in December 9th, 2003 with Eric Martzoff, Paul Telfer, and Rob Scott Wilson. Right. This one looks like a fun, interesting one. It's like they're it's like going on in a couple of different events and then like a tour of this the Biltmore Castle with the guys. And so yeah, looks like that'll be kind of a fun event to do. Asheville, North Carolina. Then we have some with Carson Boatman and Raven Bowens over the course of a weekend, Saturday, October 21st and the 22nd. A couple different fan events at 2 different locations. The Saturday one is in Raleigh, North Carolina, and the Sunday one is in Charlotte. And that's coastalentertainment.com for all events for tickets and information. And that was it for the events. And last but not least, we have a couple new dates added.
Isn't that me? Oh no, that's you.
No worries. Added to the Day Players Band, a couple new dates. They are finishing up their tour. They are next in Phoenix, Arizona, August 6th. And then they've added a couple new dates. They're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama, November 4th. And then in Nashville, Tennessee, rounding out their tour on November 5th. So far, that's it. We'll wait and see if they've added some more dates, but they've just been on a roll and I guess enjoying themselves. I know a lot of people have gone out and saw them and been posting about them. So if you haven't already, go to the website, dayplayersband.com for tickets and information. It's a really fun show and you'll enjoy yourself.
There's a part of me that kind of hopes that when they go to Nashville, they get Scott Reeves, Missy Reeves' husband, and like his band.
Yeah.
So like
that'd be a fun night to
do a couple of songs and then have them. Yeah. If y'all are listening, make it happen.
Promote it, Tony.
I'll come host it. Bring my mama. Yeah. All right. Well, that was news and gossip. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to see what is coming up this week on Peacock's exclusive Days of Our Lives.
I hope y'all don't mind I let myself in.
Family comes together.
You've got to have faith that your wonderful husband will be found.
An old friend stands up.
You and your dastardly son are using my best friend as a pawn. What in the name of RuPaul's Drag Race is going on here?
And a new romance stands down.
I'm Jada's boss. Fraternization with a subordinate is grounds for dismissal.
When I walked in, y'all were holding hands. Clearly there's something going on between you two.
Days of Our Lives.
Oh, Eli.
Well, I'm glad to see Eli and Big Mama back.
Yes, and Cameron.
If y'all don't let Rafe and Jada just like explore this, like these,
we forgot all about
months
it.
Now,
right?
months now.
Well, this week is going to be a great week. However, we will not be here to cover it next week because too many of us have life things to do. So we are taking a brizache next week, but we will be back, I think, the following week to give you a full dish. But in the meantime, keep up with us on all social media platforms. Dishin Days Show on Facebook, Dishin Days on Instagram, and Dishin Days on the Twitter. And also on our YouTube channel, which is still Dishin Days. You can also find us on your favorite podcast station, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And buy some merch. DishinDays.threadless.com. But if you want to keep up with us individually, first you can follow our Michael Mattis.
On Twitter and Instagram at ML Mattis.
You can also find Araceli on Instagram and Twitter, reluctantly on Instagram. Tia323 Araceli. Justin.
You can find me on Instagram at Justin Lee Hareld.
That's the only one?
Yep.
You didn't want to do nothing else?
No, thank you.
Okay. So you just fine with one?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you can find me on all social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, at Lounging with Tony. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our lovely show. And if you haven't, make sure you go back and watch our Dishin Days Awards. We will see you in 2 weeks, where we're serving up a full dish of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Happy week, happy day. See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye y'all.